Okay, guys, sorry about yesterday when I said I was canceling the meeting because I was so busy. Like, you all were like, yeah, okay, no worries. And then, like, later on, I realized it was only Wednesday. And I'm like, nobody told me that today wasn't even Thursday. And so, okay, it was just a long day. I had an even longer day with that big old snake I found in my shed. That thing was like 5 feet long. It's not a joke. And it was like that big around in the middle. Crazy things. Okay, so tonight I want to talk about pretty much, I think, the key to being successful in this business, and that's patience. And there are a lot of things, that come into play. And I see so many people like join and then like work really hard for a month and then they're not making like $10,000. So then they quit. This is not a get rich quick type thing. This is a business. You start from ground zero. We all start with 0 customers and 0 distributors. We all have different lives, different schedules, different things going on. We all have a different journey. We all go through the same things on our journey, just at different times, but it's our journeys are unique to us. So patience is like everything. Gary Vee talks about it a lot in his book that Allie's reading right now, and she sent like a screenshot of it, and it's like 3 pages, and I just wanted to read it to you guys for a second because it's so good, and I'm gonna order the Audible for this book because I'm having trouble reading just the "You're a Badass" because I have like no time to read. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just like bear with me. I'm just going to read it. The paragraph is called Patience. And it says, 90% of the people I hear from are in complaint mode, usually to the tune of, I'm working hard and I'm crushing it and nothing's happening. What gives? So I ask, how long have you been at this? And they'll usually answer something like 6 weeks. 6 weeks? You don't build businesses in 6 weeks or 2 months or 6 months. If you contact me within a year of starting your business to complain that you haven't made the money you thought you would, you're not listening. I said that you can make a ton of money being happy. I didn't say you could do it overnight. People listen to me talk about what it takes to monetize their personal brand, and sometimes I think they filter out the parts they don't want to hear. They think, I've got the passion, I can do hustle like nobody else. Patience? Leave that for the other guys. I'm going to turbocharge this sucker. But patience is the secret sauce. Once you put up your site, you don't want to start and stop, backtrack, and second guess. It'll make you look insecure and foolish. If you're patient, you'll be more likely to plan and prepare and make sure everything is in place before making the big moves that are going to monetize your brand to the fullest. Everyone makes a big deal over the fact that it only took me 18 months from the time I launched WineLibraryTV.com to get booked on Late Night with Conan O'Brien. I started taping episodes in 2006, back before most people were watching online videos. I'm sure if I had started the blog today, now that more people have iPhones and are watching online videos, it would have taken me even less time to get on everyone's radar. Yet, as fast as the results seem to have happened, I can assure you that the whole process took a hell of a long time. You'll recall that I was only 16 when I started working the floor at Shoppers Discount Liquors, selling wine to customers, which meant that I still couldn't drink the stuff. I knew, though, that appreciating wine and therefore being able to sell it and discuss it confidently meant developing a great palate. I read all the taste notes in WineSpector and started to learn to identify flavor profiles of things I could easily find at ShopRite, like pear, papaya, cherries, chocolate, and blackberries. I didn't stop there, though. I sought out more exotic fare, like cassis and black raspberry preserve and starfruit. Recently, I discovered goji berries, good stuff. But there was more. Critics noted hints of cigar and dirt and even sweaty sock in wine. I knew they were guessing. There was no way he'd suck on a sweaty sock. And I thought, well, if I'm going to say something tastes like a sweaty sock, shouldn't I know what it tastes like? So I gave myself an education. By the time I was 21, I had an incredibly developed palate, even though I hadn't drank much wine at all. When I started developing the idea for Wine Library TV and later GaryVaynerchuk.com, I knew that I would have to use the same kind of patience and methodology to learn the social media business as I did to learn the wine business. It was patience that helped me grow Wine Library too. I was 22 years old and running a $10 million business. I did it with good old-fashioned hustle. Every customer who walked in got monetized to the fullest. If they walked in for one bottle, they usually walked out of there with 3. And I was being paid $27,000 a year. Most young people who take a business from 4 to 10 million feel like they deserve a watch and a car and a cool apartment as rewards for the savviness and hard work. Get over that. You come last. Before you invest in yourself, you have to invest in your long-term future. That means your profits should funnel right back into your research, your content, and your staff should should you have any. Sorry. The sooner you start cashing in, the shorter window you have in which to cement your success. So hold off as long as you can. This is why, as ambitious and thirsty as I was for mega success as a business developer, I didn't make a peep anywhere the first year and a half that I was airing the show. I didn't try to make one biz dev deal, whatever that means. I probably could have had some success had I jumped the gun, but by remaining patient and making sure I knew exactly what I was doing, I was able to avoid taking any steps backwards once the speaking engagements, consulting opportunities, and advertisers started showing up. How did someone like me, who is so obviously not a patient guy, cool my heels for so long? Guys, this is a super important part, and I think this has everything to do with people who don't quit. He says, because I was 100% happy. I loved what I was doing. I knew deep down in my core that my business was going to explode. But even if I had fallen flat on my face, I would have had no regrets because I was doing exactly what I wanted to do the way I wanted to do it. Now, do you get why it's so important for you to center your business on your passion? If you enter a niche because you're following the dollars, you won't keep it up. It's too much work and you will get tired and frustrated and you'll eventually fold. You have to think about building your brand in terms of a marathon, not a sprint. It will take longer to see results, but in 7 or 9 or 15 years, you won't crack. You'll still love what you're doing. What exactly are you going to be doing that's going to be so time and labor intensive? You'll be studying your topic, researching your platforms, drafting your blog posts, doing whatever it takes to become the foremost expert and personal brand in your field. But most of all, you'll be creating a community. So she sent that and I got chills because when I see people quit and it's either, they just started and they aren't seeing the results that they're seeing, my brain, and I'm going to use this term, I don't have a brain cell for people who quit because they aren't seeing the results that they want to see. My thing is, if you don't have to pay money every month, why even consider quitting? This could make you thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every month. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in a couple months, maybe. I mean, it could if you really bust your butt, but you can't expect those results to be there. You just have to stay consistent. And I think for me, I will never quit this business, but you guys know how passionate and how much I care about what I'm doing and helping other people. Because of the passion that I have for this business, quitting is never an option for me. So the people who quit never fell in love with the business to begin with, and that's okay. This business isn't for everybody. It can be for everybody, but it isn't for everybody because some people just lack the passion and the patience that comes with it. So for me, you guys, this is an example. I joined in October 2015, and I went Ruby in 3 months. It was cool. I had this momentum going, and then 2 months later I went Diamond, and it was great, and I kept it for 3 months, and then I dropped down to Ruby, and I stayed Ruby for a year. It took me 5 months to go Diamond the first time because of all this momentum I had, and I really had no idea what I was doing. It was just ignorance on fire for the most part. And then when it came down to the nitty gritty, because I didn't know what I was doing, because I promoted so fast, I dropped down. And I stayed there for a year. I stayed at Ruby, you guys, for a year. How many of you would have stayed? How many of you would have kept pushing? I got to Diamond after 5 months, and here I am 6 months later after losing Diamond, and I don't have it back. It only took me 5 months to do it the first time. Why don't I have it back by now? How many of you would have quit? I didn't. because I knew it was coming back. And I knew that with time and with consistency and patience that this was coming. And it came back, and it took me a year, and it's stronger than it's ever been. Yes, people are still going to quit. Yes, people are still going to slack. Yes, people are going to drop off the face of the earth for a little bit and come back. I have it all the time. It's everybody goes through that. You're going to have people on your team that do that, and it's okay. You're going to have these amazing people, and it takes 5 people to change your business, you guys. You need 5 people on your top line for an ambassador. 5. You got to find 5 people. I could find my next runner tomorrow. I don't know. But if I quit today, I'll never know. You know? So, like, it takes one person to change your business. You know, for anybody who feels like things aren't going the way they need to be going, or that they're just not enrolling the right people or whatever, like, you got to set your mind straight. I 100% believe in the law of attraction. Since believing in the law of attraction, I've seen it transform my life. I don't care if anybody thinks that's corny, because of how my life is. It might seem corny, but I'm loving life. I love what I do. If you're constantly, you know, watch The Secret again as a refresher if you feel like you haven't watched it in a while. But, like, wouldn't you rather, like, try this whole corny law of attraction thing out and it change your life than just never do it and continue to, like, be negative or complain or just feel like things are going wrong one after another? Like, do The Secret. Change your thoughts. Seriously, spend like 5 minutes a day looking at your dream board or closing your eyes and telling yourself exactly what you want to happen in your life. Tell the world, tell God, tell the universe exactly what it is that you want to happen. And I want you to think about it for like 5 minutes. What if it changes your life, you guys? Why wouldn't you try? And when you fall in love with this process, you know, I think too, in the beginning when I lost Diamond, it felt like a chore. This business did. It was like, oh, it's, you know, here we are, like, I'm not Diamond again. Like this is just not fun for me anymore. It was awful. I hate losing. I hate losing, you guys. I want to be the best of the best of the best in everything that I do. I'm a perfectionist, and losing that, like, I felt like it was a chore and my business was suffering. And Pam said, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. So that hit me hard. Like, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And I wasn't having fun, and my business was suffering. And, you know, I had lost rank. We were going through some things, finding out that I had the cancer. It just felt like it was one thing after another. And this is when I stopped dreaming and stopped thinking about The Secret and all these things. And then I heard her say, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Then I was like, you know what? Like, she's right. Like, I just need to chill out. I just need to go back to doing, you know, what was fun for me and what works for me. I need to change my mindset, because everything starts with your thoughts. Whatever it is that you're going to do, everything starts with your mindset. So change your mindset, change your life. That's seriously a quote to live by. So, I'm sorry, you guys. My eyes are so itchy. Not only is my, like, skin red, but my eyes are red. My allergies only act up at, like, nighttime when I'm inside. It's the craziest thing. My eyes only itch at night, and I tend to sneeze a lot. But anyways, like, stop being frustrated with the business. We're not seeing the results that you want to see. Start having fun with it. Relax. Tell the universe exactly what you want to happen. And like Jim Carrey said in that video I shared in the chat, like, you can't tell the universe what you want and then go make a sandwich and, like, sit around and wait for it to happen. That's not how it works. You tell the universe what you want, and then you go put in the work. It's not up for you to decide if it's going to happen in a month. You might, I don't want to say lucky, but some of us are going to find those right people in that first month, and some of us, it might take us a year to find those right people. Our journey is unique, each and every one of us, okay? Jade never lost diamond for a year. Jade went diamond in her first 5 months, and so did I. And I think she went double 2 months later, either that next month or 2 months after that. And then I think it took her like 5 months to go triple. By her 3rd year mark, she had made $1 million in this business. I'm approaching, it's been 19 months for me. I'm not anywhere near, like, I will catch myself comparing myself to other people, and I'm like, man, I'm not going to be, like, have made $1 million in 3 years like Jade. And then I start to doubt myself, and I'm like, I really, like, suck at this. Like, this is awful. Like, I'm not where she is. Like, she's amazing. How will I ever be? I think she's number 5 in Commerner now, you guys. I think the number's updated and she's number 5. Like, I'll never be there if I can't do exactly what she did, and that's not true. I will get there because I will never quit. And I will never quit because I'm absolutely in love with this process. Everything that no, I'm not in love when people quit. I hate when people give up on themselves. It drives me insane because I believe in them more than they believe in themselves. You cannot have a traditional mindset with this business. You really can't. It's completely different than anything else. But I believe in some people more than they believe in themselves. And because I know that it takes time and patience and hard work and consistency, I promise that taking a step back it's going to take you twice as hard to get out of that hole. Because here's how I see it. If you talk about loving this business so much and then you drop off and then you jump back in, people are going to be like, well, what was going on at that time that she wasn't doing it? And I'm not saying things don't happen in our lives, but there has not been a single day where I have not posted about the products or this business since I started. And you just have to keep going. And because I have and been consistent and been patient, people are just coming to me like crazy. And in the beginning, and so I signed a loyal customer tonight. She reached out to me. A lot of what I'm doing now is attraction marketing, where like people are reaching out to me a lot more. And that's because my numbers, I'm almost to 5,000 on Instagram. Okay, you guys, it's not because I have 200 people on Instagram. I cold messaged this girl June of last year. It's the cold message that I use all the time. The, hey, I know this is random, but I'm meeting a few ladies, blah, blah, blah. That's the same cold message I use now that I've given you guys. And she said, that would be great, but I'm going to have to pass. I just have a lot going on at the moment, but thank you, though. I said, that's fine. I understand. I was hoping for a hair model. Thanks anyways. Have a great day. She said, you too. Thank you. And I said, you're most welcome. Thank you. And then she messaged me today, a year later, saying, how much would the 90-day bikini challenge be? So I told her what it was, and it was the Target Trio. And I like BS with her a little bit. I said, hey, I'm sorry. I was cutting my lawn. I had to kill a huge snake. It was like a whole ordeal. I ended up sending her a picture of the snake, and but continued on the conversation. She was asking questions, and I figured out even though she was interested in that challenge, I was like, what's your lifestyle like and your diet? What are your goals? I just want to make sure that this is, what you're looking for. And she ended up going with the cleanse and the greens right now, because I've kind of been recommending that to everybody who want to like jumpstart some weight loss, because it's just a really good way to like restart your system and clean out your system. And she signed up tonight. I planted a seed a year ago. And because I have been consistent in posting every single day, she came to me a year later. She probably had a couple other It Works distributors on her page. I reached out to her a year ago. When you cold message people, a lot of people are like, I didn't get much response. People weren't responding to me. I got a lot of no's, a lot of, ignores and some maybes. And I got like one yes out of the 300 people that I messaged. You guys have to stop expecting people to respond to those messages. those, I'm sorry, I'm like really nasally and congested right now. This allergy is kicking my butt. A lot of people are like, nobody's responding to my messages, etc. Like, I'm failing at this. And you have to stop looking at sending out messages as, okay, let me reword this. Sending your messages is like planting your seed. You send that message, you plant the seed. They might ignore you. They might say no. They might not even have a clue what the heck you're talking about, but they're going to creep on your page after that. If they haven't before, they're going to go to your page. They're going to watch you. They're going to pay attention to whatever it is. Like, what the heck is this girl talking about? Then you're just going to keep posting every day and maybe like interact with their posts every once in a while. Like, nothing, don't reach out to them about, it works again. Just, have a normal conversation with them. And then for them to like constantly see your stuff and think about it in the back of their mind, your posting is watering that seed. So your messaging is just planting that seed and your posting is just watering it. And eventually, when you plant a seed, like a legit seed in the ground, you give it sunshine every day and you water it every day, right? You put in a lot of hard work for like a week and maybe you still do not see this plant coming out, It's not like this 10-foot tree, okay? You just put a little seed in the ground and you're, every single day you're giving it what it needs, sunshine and water. Regardless of seeing results, that it's coming, sunshine and water. And for some people, when they feel like they've just put in so much work that they're not seeing their results and they just decided to drop off, that seed was right below the surface of that soil. And the next day, it was going to finally break through. But they quit on themselves in this business because they were not patient enough. They didn't have a brain cell for understanding what it really takes to do this. And they missed out. Had I quit 2 months ago, I never would have got this customer. I never would have got paid from this person. Now, I place all my loyal customers. So me signing her is also helping somebody on the team and giving you guys money. Because I planted a seed a year ago. Some of my seeds sprout after a week. They do. Some sprout right when I reach out to them. Some take over a year to come around. And sure, maybe it was a cleanse and a greens order. That's really not that big a deal. Whoop-dee. But maybe she's going to be a potential distributor. Maybe she's my next Jade Hooper, and I don't know it yet. So I'm going to make sure I take care of her. And then I'm reaching out to her and making sure that, she's doing everything she needs to be doing to get, like, great results with these products. And then she's going to ask me about joining my team, and she's going to join my team, and she's just going to run, and she's going to be Jade Hooper, and she'll be, a diamond in 5 months like I was. I don't know these things. I don't know who's who, when things are going to happen, when I'm going to sign somebody. I am successful in this business, and you guys are too. Then it will happen as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And we all know what that is. It's not a secret. You have to have the discipline to do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I once had somebody say to me, I'm just tired of posting and messaging people and adding people. It's just like, I'm just, on repeat. And I'm like, okay, cool. Go work at a Walmart at the cash register and just ring people up all day, over and over and over and over. Which would you rather do? Would you rather go stand at a cash register and ring people in all day and do the same thing over and over again? Or would you rather stay home with your kids and be on your phone and do things that you were already doing anyways? I'd rather be here and be repetitive than out somewhere else working and I've waitressed, I've opened and closed, and I've done the same thing over and over again. It doesn't matter what you do in life. It's going to be the same thing. Whatever your career is, you're going to be doing the same thing. So choose your hard. What do you really want? I think some of us don't even know what it is that we want. Why did you join this business? Obviously, it was for the money and the freedom, right? So why aren't you working to have that money? Like, are you tired of struggling? A lot of us joined because we were tired of struggling. And I think the reason that some of us don't take off right away is because our why isn't big enough. So for me, I took off because if I wasn't successful with this business, my kids were going to daycare and I was getting a job. And I was so afraid of putting my kids in daycare with strangers and people I didn't know and leaving them that it fueled my fire. It kept me up. I hardly slept those 5 months. Right now, I don't look back and regret like not sleeping. Like, yeah, sure, I'm sure I was tired, but I don't regret it. I regret the days where I slept in. I regret the days where I didn't stay up and work. And I'm not perfect. I get in funks just like you guys. I do. Right now, I've signed 1 distributor and 2 customers, and that second customer I signed today. And the month's halfway over. I've signed 3 people. That is not my normal, and part of it is because I've had a lot going on. They're excuses. I'm not trying to give excuses. I've had a lot to deal with, and because I am my own boss, I can take a step back. I make sure I'm still there for you guys as much as I can be. But the little results that I'm seeing this month, or the effort that I'm putting in this month, I'm gonna see that in 3 months. If I'm being slow right now, that's gonna affect me in 3 months, because that's how this business works. It's not what you do now, you don't see results for now. You see it later on. So be patient. Figure out exactly what it is that you want from this business. Make a game plan and push yourself. A lot of the people that quit and say that they just weren't successful in this business and that they just weren't seeing the results that they wanted, I'm like, how many meetings did you go to? 0? Okay, well, I would have started there. If I wanted to get good at my business, I would have been looking at YouTube videos. I would have been jumping on trainings, listening to other people give me advice on how I could be better. They chose not to get better at this. They weren't passionate about it. They didn't care. They didn't believe in themselves. So, get on trainings and calls. You guys know that there's a call Sunday and Monday night, and that we have a Zoom Thursday. I shouldn't have to remind anybody. That's every single week. Amber doesn't message me and say, hey, Caitlin, or Tina, they don't message me and say, hey, girl, jump on the call. It's, the family call tonight. It's my responsibility to remember that we have a call and a training to get on. So I get on. Aside from yesterday, when I thought yesterday was Thursday, my mind was just a little scrambled yesterday. I told you guys that. And then I'm like, okay, how many times have you posted? And I'll go and look at their page, and they posted like once every 3 days, and it was super spammy, and like they hadn't even done any of the training. And I'm like, okay, you posted like 3 times over the course of a week, and you're not making $10,000 yet. That makes total sense. Like, you're crazy if you think that, 3 posts is going to make you that kind of money. I'm just exaggerating a little bit, obviously. But, I'm like, you are not doing what it is that we're telling you to do. I'm not taking business advice from people who quit, right? Would you take relationship advice from somebody who's been single their entire life? Probably not. So for me, I want to put myself in everybody else's shoes. Like, if I want to be in James Hooper's shoes, I'm going to be doing what she says. If I want to be in Gary Vaynerchuk's shoes, I'm going to be listening to everything he says, and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to listen to all these people that have no idea what they're talking about, the people who have quit, the people who aren't in this business, and they just like literally don't understand what it is that we do. So don't take advice from a broke person if you're trying to get rich. Don't take relationship advice from somebody who's been single their entire life. If you want to be where I'm at, then do what it is that I have done to become successful. I'm not saying your timeline is going to be the same. If you did the same exact things that I did, the exact same way, the exact same time, the amount of time, then I'm sure it could be pretty close to being the same. But, you know, I want to be where Jade is. I want to be where Joel and Stephanie is. I want to be where Vanessa is. And you know what they're doing? I'm not going to be where they're at right now because I'm not doing what it is that they're doing. They're going out. Smile, screenshot happening. Gabby, I hope you got that because I'm not smiling anymore. So, Gabby, I can't even see your face. You need to like screenshot it with your face. Screenshot it with your face, Gabby. You're crazy. So anyways, like Joel and Stephanie are going to every event. They're going out every single day. Like I'm sure she blitzes, she hosts parties, she's doing all these things. And okay, Gabby, there you go. Smile. Okay, there you go. So I'm not doing what Joel and Stephanie are doing, so I can't expect to get there. They are just killing it every single day. But you guys have to understand that there aren't people at the top of this company who have been doing this for 3 months. Like, Joel and Stephanie have been doing this for years and years and years. I think at least 7 years. Can you imagine doing this for 7 years? Like, I can, and I can't wait to see where I'm at, but I know that with time and consistency, I will get there. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Maybe it's in a year from now. Maybe it's in 2 years from now. Tell yourself what it is that you want. And sure, if it doesn't happen, just change your timeline. Don't change your goal. Like I have Triple Diamond listed on my dream board and it says December 2016. I wanted to be diamond, Triple Diamond by December of last year. And it didn't happen. I didn't throw it off the board and say, oh, that's never going to happen. I crossed it out and reevaluated like my charts and stuff once the new year rolled around. And I wrote, okay, October 2017. So now my goal is to be diamond by October 2017. And, you know, it's going to happen. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you quit, you'll never know. And if you can't afford your website or an auto shipment or whatever, cool, you don't have to pay anything. We're one of the very few businesses where you don't have to pay anything every month if you don't want to. So you literally can make all profit if you decide to actually work your business. If you can't afford an auto shipment to get commission qualified, then bust your butt to get some orders to make that happen. And then you can focus on growing your team. That's super important. Now, I do want to touch on, like, I know my game plan talked about, like, okay, get yourself commission qualified. And if you are, then focus on distributors. But that's not saying, like, don't at least complete your steps to success. I will still get 2 more loyal customers. I'm not messaging for customers. You know, I sign on average 4 to 5 customers a month. And those people are coming to me every month because I'm still posting about products. Even though I'm focusing on distributors and messaging them, I'm still posting about the products and those people are coming to me and I'm still completing my steps to success. So yes, get commission qualified. If you're trying to grow your team, great. Focus on distributors once you get, you know, commission qualified. It's stupid to have like 100 people on your team and like everybody else getting paid and you're not even commission qualified. You're not going to get paid a dime, penny, nothing if you're not commission qualified. So, you know, nobody should not be getting paid. So get yourself paid first and then start expanding your team. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, you could have 100 distributors. And if nobody has any volume, and if the only thing everybody's worried about is distributors and not sending any customers, you guys aren't going to get paid because we get paid off of our customers. So what I was saying is, you know, still focus on your steps to success. But for me, it's I'm completing those steps for step 2 by posting every day and being consistent and adding every day. Those people are coming to me. Maybe it's somebody I talked to a year ago. I don't know. But these seeds will start to grow when they're supposed to. Does anybody have any questions for me or frustrations or just anything? Like, what can I help you guys out with? I think the biggest thing when we're starting out is just patience. We want to see, like, we need the money, we need things to start happening for us. And when it doesn't meet our expectations right away, it's easy to get sidetracked and discouraged. They call that the D word, and they don't like anybody to say that, but it happens. I still get discouraged all the time. But it's a matter of, like, I know everything's going to be okay. I know it's a bad period. It'll go away. I just need to keep focusing on what it is that I want and keep doing what it is that I need to be doing every single day. And the stars are going to align. How long after someone accepts your friend request do you recommend cold messaging them? Oh, like a month. Honestly, I don't know what everybody else's answers, like, in terms of, like, the leaders are going to be for that. But I want to give people a chance to become interested themselves before I reach out to them, if that makes sense. Like, I want them to be able to reach out to me. If it's been a month and you have liked and commented on their stuff, like, I would recommend in that waiting period, building a relationship with them that has nothing to do with it works. And then just one day be like, hey girl, I know this is random. And they're going to be like, oh, she was thinking about me. She was being very nice about it. Okay. Well, it's not like you're naked or anything. So yeah, I would spend that time, because spending quality time and building quality relationships with people will make all the difference. It really will. It'll make it easier for them to say yes, or cut down on your chance of them at least ignoring you. They can just be straight up like, hey, no, girl, I'm sorry, because, you know, they respect you and they don't want to just ignore you. So I would give it a month. April was kind of talking to me recently about, like, keeping track of, like, new people she has added. So I want to show you guys something real quick. Ooh, Tira Moore. Hold on. I feel like I've messaged her before. Yeah, see, she's already said, she said, message me. And see, October 17th of 2016, hey, you're wanting more info about working from your phone? Yeah, sounds good. Could use some extra money. So October of last year, she asked me about the business opportunity. And I said, what questions do you had for me? And she said, she'll let me know, thanks. And that was it. Like, she never reached out to me. Now she's messaging me again. This is happening because I'm staying consistent, you guys. Like, this isn't what I was trying to show you, but, like, right there is just another example. What is it? August, September, October, December, January, February, March, April, May. 9 months later, she's messaging me again. Or contact me about this business. I didn't have to hound her. I will admit that I'm not the best follow-up person. So unless you give me a date, like, I'm not following up with him like Jade does. Like, Jade's like, I follow up every Friday until they block me. No, I'm not like that. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want people to think that I need them to be successful in this business. If they want to join me on this journey, fine. If not, that's okay too. Okay, so for new people that you add, when you go to your profile, and it's going to say view activity log. I don't know if you can do this on your phone, but it's on the computer. View activity log. And then you're going to go to more and click friends. Right here. Wait, what the? Why is this showing me November? Okay. This is being weird. This is being weird. So normally it's not like this. Normally it'll have chat. So this normally, though, will show me. Let me click likes. These are the things that I've liked. When you click friends, it's supposed to show you who you became friends with this month, and this month, and this month, and this month. I used to do that. So I could go down and be like, okay, I added her November 15th. A month from that is December 15th. So I could start messaging her. Maybe today's like January 1st. And I can go down and see who I added December 1st and beyond, and I can start messaging them, and they're all like, all the new people are on this list. Why is it showing? Hey, there's Leslie's name. We became friends October 28th. But see, October 28th, do you see how many people I added? And like, people actually accepted me. Sometimes it's only one person. You just have to constantly be adding. Anyway, so I don't know what's going on with my Facebook right now, but normally, oh, it's being so weird right now. Okay, you guys, well, anywho, you have to try it out. Let me look on my phone and see if I can look at my activity log. Okay, activity log on my phone. You can see it. I'm going to click filter, and I'm going to click friends. It's not showing anybody. This is so weird. Guys, it's just showing me till November. So maybe my phone's glitching, who knows? But anyways, okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Nope. All right. Well,